Hello, my name is Angel and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I have accumulated quite a few books over the past couple of months that I want to share with you. I'm super excited to get to all of these. Some of them are new releases, some of them have been out for a few years and I'm just now getting to. Some of them I have a video in mind to film with them, so let's dive right in. So first I picked up Talies Essen by Stephen R. Lawhead. This is a mass market paperback, which I don't really like to buy these much anymore, but I had to pick this up because I had just seen it on a list of Arthurian retellings recommendations, and I thought, what a sign that I do need to pick it up, that I had just seen this list online and then I walk into this indie bookstore and it's just waiting on a shelf for me. So I went ahead and grabbed it. This is the first book in the Pendragon cycle. I'm not sure how many are in this series. It says now a streaming TV series, but I haven't heard of this. I hadn't heard of this before seeing it on that recommendations list, so I'm not sure how popular it is. Maybe I'm just now getting to something extremely popular. It says it's a new kingdom of myth and legend, a kingdom of legend of Merlin and Arthur. So excited to get to this one. Then for my book of the month pick, I went with The Sun Was Electric Light by Rachel Morton. This one I don't know much about. This is giving literary fiction. It's short but supposed to be a powerful, meditative look on life, I believe. Queer, I think it said, but what drew me to this was Book of the Month's advertising of it being super exclusive. It's like you can only get it through us in the US is what I think it said on the app, so I went with it. It said it's highbrow. I'm like curious to see how highbrow, and if sometimes when a book is described as highbrow, it seems like really, what does it mean, and does this affect me in any way? Does this evoke emotion in any way? So I'm looking forward to see if it actually is a great story or has like a great character and lasting impact on me. Everything I just said could be wrong, so let's open it up and see what this is actually about. Disillusioned with her life in New York, Ruth returns to a lake town in Guatemala where she had been happy a decade earlier. There, in Panajachel, she meets two very different women, the calm and practical Emily and the turbulent and intoxicating Carmen. Deciding to stay and build a life at the lake, Ruth finds work first as a nanny to a wealthy local family, then as an English teacher at a village school. Meanwhile, she becomes increasingly infatuated by her friendship with Carmen, pushing away the stability of her connection with Emily. As Carmen's fragile relationship with the world splinters, the difference between being a visitor and truly belonging becomes clear, and Ruth is forced to act. The Sun Was Electric is a sublime novel about searching for belonging in a life that makes sense. So I am excited to see what this is all about. Next is The Enchanted April by Elizabeth von Arnim. This is a classic that I'm happy to add to my collection. I love this cover and I'm excited to read it. It's short, so it seems like it could definitely be read in a day or in a weekend. I say in a weekend because when I opened it up, I noticed that the font size is quite small. There's a lot of text on the page. We are following 4 different women who escaped dreary London for an Italian castle in Portofino shortly after World War I. This novel is described as beguiling, witty, and gently comedic, and the back says, Elizabeth von Arnim's ageless novel compellingly responds to the eternal question of how to achieve happiness in life. Looking forward to reading this one, especially in spring and summer. Of course, I had to pick up John Green's new release, Everything is Tuberculosis, and I did get a signed edition. This is the color. I believe according to his list, this would be the whatever this color is, which would be the last few that he signed. And I love it. It was definitely one of my most anticipated releases of the year, along with Oathbound by Tracy Deonn, which I've already read and loved. So definitely looking forward to reading John Green's look on tuberculosis. The full title is Everything is Tuberculosis, the History and Persistence of Our Deadliest Infection. So looking forward to seeing that, and let me know in the comments what color signature you got. These next 4 books I am super excited about. I pre-ordered them from Blackwells and they just came in. Here they are, looking so beautiful. I've got oh my gosh, no, drop them. Okay, and we're back. Paladin's Strength, you can see that, and then Paladin's Grace, Paladin's Hope, and Paladin's Faith. I love these covers so much. They just speak to me. Classic old fantasy covers. The color is so vibrant. I am just in love with these covers, and I have only read one book by T. Kingfisher. I read Thornhedge, not a new favorite, but I definitely liked it, and I can tell that I like their writing style, so I want to read more by this author for sure. So when I saw these covers, I knew I needed to pick these up and add these to my shelf. Cannot wait to dive into some more fantasy. Can always use that in my life. Every book is different. I believe following different characters. Maybe there's some crossover, but just from glancing at the back here, different characters, and they're just cozy fantasy books. So again, super excited to have all of these on my shelf. The last 2 books I have purchased are books that I just feel the need to add to my shelves. They are banned books, the most challenged books according to the American Library Association, and I want to have them in my personal library. I want to read them, of course, but I also want to go ahead and purchase them. First up, I got All Boys Aren't Blue. This is by George M. Johnson, and even on the back of this book it says the #2 most banned book in America, which maybe it's still #2 or it might even be #1 now. I was just looking at the list the other day. Definitely wanted to pick this one up. It's about being Black and being queer, so I will definitely be getting to this one soon. The last book I picked up has been everywhere. It is Genderqueer by Maya Kobe. This is a memoir about being non-binary and asexual, so an exploration of identity that I feel pretty bad that I am only just now getting to. My partner has read and loved this, so I definitely have had this on my list since it came out. Very excited, very happy to add this to my collection, and we'll also be getting to this one soon. Right, so those are all of my recent purchases. In total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In total, we've got 10 books, not bad. Pretty proud of myself, and all of these are books that I want to get to. Some of these I've already started and I'm loving. So I'm still pretty happy with how book buying is going this year for me. Of course, like I said, I'm trying to add more challenge books, banned books to my shelves from my personal collection, so I'm going to pick up a couple of those at least every month or so, just so I can have them. Everything else I'll be grabbing if it just, you know, strikes my fancy. I love to just go into a bookshop and browse and impulsively pick up something if it just sounds like me. If I'm having a phase, like maybe I want a pirate book, well, there's a pirate book, I'm going to grab it. And I don't really put too many restrictions on myself, and I also don't try to give myself too much of a list when I go into a bookstore, because that kind of makes it a hunt. Like when I was going to pick up Oathbound, which shocked me because Oathbound was a new release, and I was so stressed and worried that Books A Million did not have it. I eventually found it in the back, but that was just such a stressful experience. It's a lot more fun and relaxed for me, at least, to just go in and just pick up whatever I find rather than search for one book in particular. Cars just keep going by. I'm sorry, I feel like I've had to pause every couple of minutes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've read any of these, I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye!